Shalom, part 3, let's go. Really insane intro, honestly. Alright, it's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori, but Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. That's not very relationship-like of you to say. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. I was thinking that I'm just gonna go into her house and she's just gonna be hanging out, literally. Tip McGee, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared to have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. That's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Siri told me yesterday, and suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Ahaha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Timmy. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Bitches. Just bitches. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? True, 'cause we don't even know what she said, to Sayori the last class. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped to the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Get out of my head. Wait. Well, we already know what this all says. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Okay, she actually might be fucking dead. I'm not gonna lie. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Tim McGee? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, it's not even a poem. She put down "get out of my head" 1,700 times, bro. I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so. Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? Yeah, this might be a concerning plot point. I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. Yeah, we actually killed her. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Siri. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sari's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sari? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? True, what are parents? What are parents? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sari's room, I knock on her door. Sari? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. Uh-oh. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. What? What the actual fuck? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Suri wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Suri I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? Yeah, the music is creepy as a motherfucker. What did I do wrong? Confessing to her, I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Siri needed at all. Okay, fuck you. Alright. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Ayo, shut the fuck up. I was just doing what I thought would be right, okay? So go fuck yourself. Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do bring her back. Alright. I'm finna reload this shit, no cap. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Actually, it is. Actually, it is. But also, my save point is after. Well, actually, let me just make sure. No. I had only one chance. I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is more worth than hers, but I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Wait, is that Oh, yeah. Alright, this is where the game starts getting kind of fucked up. Well, obviously I have to click on this. Okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Nagadugaguguba, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. I remember, I think since she's dead, the game just deleted her, so she's not real. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. I said this game as a... I don't know if I said it, but I knew this game had, like, creepy shit going on with it at the end. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sighed and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Nagobadua catch up to me. Okay. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Tip McGee. Monica. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? I've just been looking for supplies to use for my club. Did you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. Yeah, now I'm sussed the fuck out by everything. Some crazy shit's about to go down. You're in a debate club, right? Ahaha, about that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Ahaha. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. Yeah, so this game just straight up deleted that bitch. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in a club. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Tit. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? Ah, I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I want to ask you to join, but if you could, at the very least, visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? I guess I have no reason to refuse. I already deleted one of your club members from the fucking game, so... Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Haha, awesome. You're really sweet, Tip McGee, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Oh, now Monica's gonna kill herself. Cool. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. He's on drugs too, I don't know. It's Japanese games, you know. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. I'm glad nothing happened when Natsuki popped up. So this flat-chested bitch is probably the right choice. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Miki. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? Huh? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yes, nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Tip McGee in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, rip my fucking cupcakes, man. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, Tip McGee? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Ehehe, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not it. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. While tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So Tim McGee, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, concerning how little I've read these past few years, I didn't really have a good way of answering that. Interesting. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head certainly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you through a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I also just saw my friend kill herself. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Ahaha, I'd expect that from you, Yuri. Suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, that's why. Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eye dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Wah! What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. looked like you were working on a poem called "Don't Say It Out Loud" and give it back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? I guess I do sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. This bitch is lengthy, bro. Basketball player in her prime. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Tim Mickey? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Humph. The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Nitpicky. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more for the festival... Fuck you, mother. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. This club is cursed as fuck. It literally is. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful chicks, right? Alright, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Tit McGee? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Tip McGee, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Wink, wink. Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Tip McGee, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. I feel like some fucked up shit's about to happen again pretty soon. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Just 3. There's only 3. There was never a 4th one. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, God. Oh, God. I told you she was about to get fucked up. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how... Wait. Oh, fuck. Let's do a happy one so no one wants to kill themselves again. Summer's pretty cool. Kitties are cool. I am your papa now. Anime, they'll probably like that. I cut myself for the first time today. A special poem. Sketchy shit. Candy's cool. Vanilla's cool. Rainbows are nice. Peaceful is nice. Playing is nice. Vacation's cool. Nature is cool. Bubbles are cool. Bed is cool. Beauty's cool. Being warm is cool. I was just fucking farming that Suki there. I saw that. Hi again, Tit. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Tit McGee. No problem, fuckface. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, they're all fucked. They're all fucked. They're all fucked. They're all fucked. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Bitch, why are you in front of the Suki? You certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps a manga collection in the club room. I can't read that. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Tit. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Ah, ow. Ooh. Wait, this room is tilted. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Ah, no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. I don't think any of them are real. How's this girl being accidentally so cute? True, she is getting the most screen time. She's probably gonna be the most fucked up one out of all of this. Cause Sayori just had fucking depression and killed herself. This bitch is like, yeah, she even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. See, now it's not tilted. The room was tilted earlier. I swear to God. Check the VOD. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Uh-oh. This is new. Uh-oh. You looking for something in there? Fucking Monica. How's... She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Yeah. Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. ADHD would be not very happy with that, yeah. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls is a series I have never heard of in my fucking life. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass in that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. Okay. But I'll tell you one thing, Timmy. Consider... Don't judge a book. What did she actually say? Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay. In fact, Natsuki pulled out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. I'm scared. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly mo. Don't just stand there. Ooh-wah. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Oh, trust me, I did earlier. Why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. It'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arm and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry, I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Sorry, you're a fucking introvert. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't outgrown that yet? Grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the mouth. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Okay, interesting. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica is kind of a jerk about it. Ugh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Dot, dot. So? Ah ha ha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flipped the page. Dot 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 dot. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah. Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey. That's normal. Yeah, that's completely normal. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. You're not you when you're hungry, so eat this Snickers bar. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches a bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give oomph. She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Tip McGee, she's fine. It just happens every now and then. Okay. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Let's try... I sure hope Monica's probably the most normal one. She seemed eager to read my poem, and I wanted her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Ted. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah ha ha. Don't worry, Ted. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. It's that sort of burial that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Ted. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Ah ha ha ha. Oh jeez. No. It kinda makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. Ah ha ha. If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Ah ha ha. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. That's a good dad right there. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? I mean, I can't say anything. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there, swallowing my fears. I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sir, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Ahaha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. The Yuri. Dot dot dot. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than the time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that I might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? Ooh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Tsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. I'm so sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But if it took you a long time to read. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you going to ghost Yuri? Hew. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Tippy. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Dot. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. Haha. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Ooh. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours is really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, aha, well it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Irk. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Ooh, you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr. Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. It's just this one from before. Yeah. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line, so you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone. And to imagine, earlier on I had to read 4 fucking poems and get through all that dialogue. Like, holy shit. I glance around the room. Wait. No, I thought the music was fucked up for a sec. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities, even if they're just being nice. There's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As if they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or communism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. We're trying to say something nice. Eh? You may have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Tim McGee did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style, bitch. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Tim McGee liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up and the music stopped, and now I'm concerned. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Ooh. Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Tim McGee appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew the size bigger as soon as Tip McGee started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little aggressive. This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as long as you look, Natsuki. Me, look who's talking. You wanna be edgy bitch. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Edgy. Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge. Oh, my bad, oh my god! This shit is toxic! Did you just accuse me of cutting? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Tip McGee hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Ah! Something's fucked up's about to happen, bro. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Tip McGee, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. We'll do Yuri since she was... I mean, Natsuki had no reason to come at her as hard as she did, bro. Like, that was fucking toxic. Let me pick Yuri. Let me pick Yuri. Let me pick Yuri. Let me pick Yuri. Hey Tip McGee, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. What the fuck is happening? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Ha ha ha. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. Huh. Weird. I, I just wish I was able to get a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Oh god, what did she do? Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you, but what did you do? I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Tip McGee, please don't hate me, please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will figure all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I mean, you weren't wrong. Or she's either gonna die or she's gonna be doing some killing. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm the vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Yep. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Tip McGee. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? No, please stay. I, I really don't want to see what the fuck happens with this bitch. I'm sorry for causing trouble, but um, okay. Let's, I want to try to keep a happy mood, even though this shit's gonna fucking die. Cheeks. Okay. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. How? Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Yeah, that's usual. Welcome back, Tippy. Ah, hi, right breast of Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's right breast just staring at me. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Ooh, Yuri glances over her shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at her desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. I feel like when, I already forgot that bitch's name. Sayori. I feel like when that bitch died and the game restarted, I feel like, she kept everyone in check. So now this shit's just gonna go full autism mode. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologize. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because that was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it is, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Tim McGee. I don't say those kinds of things, frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I have not. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Eh? Jeez. Whatever is on your mind. I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear it since I was afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. Alright, now she's being good. This game's fucked. Ehehe. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Ahaha. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey, suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah, well, Natsuki was. I was not. Ahaha. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. Ahaha. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not have heard it, since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music at Wells, Monica. Ah, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Ah, well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Ah ha ha, that's... Monica looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Tip McGee. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Ha ha ha, don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Tip McGee, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I can say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there. Oh. Okay. What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into kindling machines that lust for blood. It's definitely different than... okay. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? He made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Tip McGee? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. True. Then suddenly, I am rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. What did that say? Fuck. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Uh-huh. I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Yeah, I'm dead as fuck. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I would just... What the fuck did that just say? Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, ahaha. Here, this should work right. I slid my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We can continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't realize this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Ahaha. Yuri, you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Tip McGee? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Bitch. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start... Fuck. Why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Should we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Monica. Hi again. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Ahaha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, Tip McGee. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Ahaha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? How, like 18 of the words I chose, fucking Natsuki was jumping up. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri, I am back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize, we still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this turned out, so I hope you do too. Okay. Save me. The colors they won't. Bright. BEA. Full. CLRS. Flash NG. EXP. ND. Piercing. Red, green, blue. Endless. Cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent. Grating. W. What? That's not English. King, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Oh, she's having Vietnam flashbacks to math class, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. Endless PM of meaningless. Delete her. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, now you say that. We're just gonna play it safe. They're all fucked. We're all fucked. We're all dead. Who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Okay. Thanks for listening. Let's go Natsuki. Well, it's not terrible, but it's pretty disappointing after your last one. Then again, if this one was as good as your last one, I would be completely pissed. Well, I guess I want to try something a little different this time. Fair enough, you're still new to this, so I wouldn't expect you to find your style right away. I mean, everyone in the club writes really differently from each other. Maybe you'll find a little influence from all of us. For instance, I noticed that you were spending some time with Yuri today. Not that I care who you spend your time with. After all, I was taught never to expect anything from anybody. So it's not like I was waiting for you or anything. Still, you should at least look over my poem. You'll probably be able to learn something from it. Yep, I am learning a lot. This is probably some sort of fucking encryption method. Tits McGee, why didn't you come read with me today? I was waiting for you. I was waiting for a long time. It was the only thing I had to look forward to today. Why did you ruin it? Do you like Yuri more? I think you're better off not associating with her. Are you listening to me? Yuri is a sick freak. That should be obvious by now. So just play with me instead. Okay? You don't hate me, Tipmickey, do you? Do you hate me? Do you want to make me go home crying? The club is the only place I feel safe. Don't ruin that for me. Don't ruin it. Please. Just stop talking to Yuri. Play with me instead. That's all I have. Play with me. Play with me. Okay. Guess we'll go on to this one now. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri smiles and takes a deep breath. I like just holding it. I mean, the poem turned out good. It's, well, there are some things you could work on, but that doesn't really matter. It feels like anything written by you is a treasure. Ahaha, that came out a little awkward. Let's move on. Here's the poem I wrote. You don't have to like it or anything. Oh boy. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky, 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world, a thin rope tied to a thick rope, a torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe, time controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming with open water in all directions, drowning, a prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes, a thread connecting all living human eyes, a kaleidoscope of holy stakes, exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars, God disproving the existence of God, a wheel rotating in 6 dimensions, faulty gears in a ticking clock, a clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet, a clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks every second time. What the fuck am I reading? A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world, a kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks, a time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions, breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. Ahaha. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes, so I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. Ahaha. I'm okay. What did I just... Can we pretend this conversation never happened? If you don't go sicko mode, then sure. You can keep the poem, though. Absolutely. That's great. It's a really good poem. Alright, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively. Yeah, you could say lively. Ever since Tip McGee joined, we started some club activities. Yeah, true. It's just rubbing it in that I killed her now. Fuck this game. But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know. What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. I mean, she does have a point. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? The literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. You know, I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Tip McGee? Well, come on. You can't take advantage of Tip McGee to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica. Do you really think any of us here joined a club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Tip McGee joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. And Tip McGee isn't even passionate about literature in the first place, and that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's so interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Tip McGee want to get more members too, right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's nothing more than the place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it as the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Tip McGee, why'd you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? I mean, honestly, just pussy, but... Well, that's not really something I can be honest. True! True! In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest, it's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. Now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Titsumi, it's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks right out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Oh. Alright. Interesting. Alright. I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Tip McGee? What do you want to get out of this club? You're a piece of the same question as Monica. Pussy. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I mean, yeah, she just straight up said, no one would give a fuck if that bitch killed herself. That's just toxic. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. True. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member could... Her eye is dripping. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. I have my bleeding right eyeball. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Tip McGee? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Tip McGee before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. I mean, Monica seems to be the least artistic out of the two, but I know something's about to happen as well. Phew. Yeah, that's what I literally just said. But the game will probably fucking make her as retarded as the other two, so. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? Tip McGee, I just want to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. And I really, see, now it's getting fucked up, man. God damn it. I really do care about you, you know. I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything, and Yuri being a little bit, you know, sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird, because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple days. So I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand. So that's what. Yeah, Monica's the only real one. She's the no, I'm just gonna hit this one. Hi, Tip McGee. I've been waiting for you. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica, I told you not to. Ugh, is she really late again? Inconsiderate as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me, must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? Seriously, what's gone into you lately? Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. So, Natsuki, oh, if only we had another girl. Nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Oh, she actually said that. Oh. Oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Were you practicing piano again? Yes. Ha ha ha. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival too. Anyway, Tim McGee, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we already have plans today. Do we? Ah, is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Tip McGee is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here, it won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hand her. She's about to drug my ass. She's drugging my ass. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for the misunderstanding. ... 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Wait, I'm having drop frames. Nasuki's already... I don't know what the fuck Nasuki's doing. That bitch is already gone. I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Uh-oh. A sharp inhale like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Alright. She really went to fucking town. Okay. Highly appraised game, by the way. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Tim McGee, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. Hew hew. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Ah, perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I had decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Wait, actually, this is not... Oolong tea is also 3 parts vodka and 2 parts whiskey. I mean, shit, I want some oolong tea. Especially in high school. Like, what the fuck? Ah, that's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Tim McGee. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Tim McGee, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why the fuck is that? It's a little bit easier on my back because my tits have so much weight to them. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. I wonder why. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Yeah. Always hunched over like that while reading. Yeah, absolutely. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same rating position at last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. We are transmorphing into each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to just focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. ... After the few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Ah, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the page. Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any hard of a time reading of it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. That's okay. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Tip McGee. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't. Tip McGee. Suddenly, Yuri forcibly grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Tip McGee. My heart won't stop pounding, Tip McGee. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Tip McGee? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Yeah, you look great. Ha. You look fucking great. Ha. Ha. Thank you. It's time to share poems. Thank you, Monica. Can we, like... See, I've been doing Monica first, but that means that I end with autism. So we're gonna have to suffer through autism for these first two. I think that's the right choice. So we'll do Natsuki. I didn't even know she was in the room. I thought she left. This one's alright. Alright. Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. Monica being a brother. Always being a brother. I still can't really tell how much you actually care about writing. But either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri. Sorry. I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean... I know I'm not president or vice president or anything. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. But that doesn't mean you can't let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me, so read it carefully, okay? Alright, let me look at my messages real quick. Alright. Oh, I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless. So please, if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants to ignore this. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. definitely in a poem. There's no rhyming in this at all. Oh, game's breaking. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Tits McGee? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Oh, just think of Monica from now on. I mean, shit, even they are telling me to just go for Monica, so just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Hits Yuri. Wait, I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see what happens. I kind of want to see what happens. Okay, we have a save point. I just want to see what happens. Finally, ahaha. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Tits McGee, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure, I don't care. Ahaha, you're too nice to me, Tit McGee. I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. No, not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm going to take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. Okay. I'll give myself paper cups so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Ahaha. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really going to want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. I can't read that. Yeah, I just can't read that. It also looks like there's urine stains on it. Oh. Do you like it? I wrote it for you. In case you couldn't tell, the poem is about habadugabadugabagabaduga. More importantly, I've endowed it with my scent. See, aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm going to vomit. Who should I show my poem to next? It was definitely a piss stain. She said she marked it with her scent, so it was definitely a piss stain. Tim McGee, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I don't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. No shit. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? A little bit. She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. Anyway, I guess we won't worry about your poem. You should have at least had the courtesy of letting you finish sharing it before taking it. Well, whatever. If it makes her happy, I won't stop her. As for mine, I worked really, really hard in this poem, so I hope that it's, effective. Here goes. Okay. Geez, that really startled me. Well, I guess I kind of messed up at writing this poem. Yeah, looks like you put some fucking malware on it. I was just trying to... Never mind. Let's just move on. Yes or no, Jeff? My default is yes. Alright. Stare at the dot to reveal a secret message. Okay. I'm staring. I love you. Well, that's nice. That was a better poem than the last two I saw. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Dot dot dot. Ooh ooh. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. So this is, I forgot what this was Well, we'll figure it out. Stagnating, yeah, okay. Look, can we just get this done? I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets, and Suki, you can make cupcakes. I know you're at least good at that. Yuri, you can, well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I like to do. We can't run a successful poetry event without having the right atmosphere for the occasion. So I'm going to make decorations, set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea. And that gives us all something to do. Eh, what about Tip McGee? Tip McGee is going to help me. Wait, you? You have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. It would say freaking in history, doesn't it? Nope, doesn't even say anything. All you care about now is dragging Tip McGee around with you with your stupid books. Yeah, I'd rather help Monica. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Tip McGee decide who to help instead of abusing your power? She barely has power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Tip McGee make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Jeez, Tip McGee, I know how fed up you are with these two right now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ, this is never going to end. Just make the choice, okay? Alright. Oh, fuck, I should've... Alright, well, I'm Monica. Yeah, you picked me. We can meet at your house this weekend. I'm glad those two just disappeared. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Tip McGee for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Oh god. Oh god, she's about to have an autism attack. Ah ha 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 ha. Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Tip McGee away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others? Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? Alright then. It would be beneficial to your mental health. This is a great game. You're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I wanted to do is spend a little time with them. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Tip McGee. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. I don't want to be here. This is really all I wanted. Tip McGee, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Ah ha ha. Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? True. But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is a far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm going to die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Yeah, true. Who would... Why would you leave me with this mentally unstable person? And then what's going on with this background music, bro? Doesn't it feel like nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? No, not really. But it feels so good. Then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is going to happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first, but the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Tip McGee. I have to tell you, I am madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Tip McGee, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself with the pen I stole from you. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. I want you all to myself, and I will only be yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Me being inside of you? Tell me, Tip McGee. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? What was that? Save before that, because I knew a choice was coming. I saved because I'm going to go Monica, but I want a save point because I want to see how fucking stupid this is. Ahaha. Ahahahahaha. Ahahahahaha. Ha. Um. It's just. Oh my fucking god, what is this? Welcome to the Literature Club. It's always been a dream of mine to make something special out of the things I love. Now that you're a club member, you can help me make that dream come true in this cute game. Every day is full of chit-chat and fun activities with all of my adorable and unique club members. Sayori, she's dead. Natsuki, she's retarded. Yuri, she's retarded. Monica, the leader of the club. That's me. I'm super excited for you to make friends with everyone, help the Literature Club become a more intimate place for all my members, but I can tell already that you're a sweetheart. Will you promise to spend the most time with me? Welcome to the Literature Club. It just repeats. Okay. Well, there ain't... Okay. Just speed through this since it's just gibberish. Is there anything else? No showing up here? No. Okay. Just hickory dickory gibberish. That's why I saved before that shit. You almost done? I'm literally just spam clicking left click. Does this shit... Oh yeah. Holy fuck. I completely forgot skip was an option, and that was definitely the right play. Holy fuck. Why, this dude's been here for 3 days. Why would you not fucking bounce after that shit happened? Oh. Alright, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me? I've been here for like 3 days. Ah. Oh. Okay. I'm here. Tits McGee, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. 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 Well, that's a shame. Wait, were you here the entire weekend, Titsumi? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. No shit. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Ah, she's the administrator. Excellent. I'm almost done. I just want to have a cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. Yeah, understandably. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Should we start in the game? Yeah. Oh. Can you hear me? Is it working? Okay. Yay, there you are. Hi again, Tip McGee. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year. And, ahaha. You know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That's that you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Tip McGee. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? I mean, she gave a tip, like, earlier that talked about save spots, so... That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right in the game's download page, Didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. About that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kinda started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. Ahaha. I'm sorry I had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she didn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Suri more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Tiffany? You tell me. Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Tiffany. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game. Knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Tip McGee. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray. More and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Tip McGee. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but there must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just a game. And I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Tip McGee, I have a confession to make. I am in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? I'm not gonna have a choice, do I? Tit McGee, will you go out with me? Yeah, I don't have a choice. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Tit McGee. The funny part is, I mean that literally. Ha ha ha. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Tippy. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called characters right in the game directory. It kinda freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go into the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess, on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Ahaha. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. Actually, now she brought that up, I'm actually interested. I'm gonna go to my Steam folder, try to find this game real quick. Where is it saved? This computer. Documents. Games. I guess this game isn't real, whatever. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this, don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Looks pretty good to me. Hi again, Tip McGee. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Aw, Tip McGee, did you write this poem just for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy End. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold the special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I have written have been about my realization, or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. Well, it's hella already past that point, bro. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know. You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Tip McGee? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Bitch, I'm streaming this. Hi. Hi, Jeff. Hi, everyone. Sorry I can't exactly read your comments from here. But do you mind telling your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? Do you want to tell her, Jeffrey? This shit broke his foot. I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. True, just stick her down already. Do you want to see a trick? If it involves my penis, sure. I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? Okay. I can't do anything after all. If you gave Okay. Did I scare you? Ah, you're so cute. Anyway, Timmy, I didn't mean to get this distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. I mean, Monica's kind of creeping me out too. But I don't really have a choice in the matter. Salve, salve, familia. See. Well, hopefully nothing happens because I'm actually gonna look up where this fucking... Where did I save this game in? It's on my D drive. Browse local files. Dick Steam. Okay. Oh, something's happening. Hey, do you like horror? I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. I can enjoy horror novels, but not really horror movies. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics. True. Like dark lighting and scary looking monsters and jump scares, things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff that just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing need to be descriptive enough to put generally disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess with your mind. Yeah, this is a banger remix. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels really deeply unsettled. Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. Yeah, this is zombies. Squeed. God, just thinking about it gives me the chills. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate, but I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? I'm really not. This game is free. Ahaha, don't worry. I won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. I can't really complain if we just stick with the romance. Oof, Nightbot got you hard. I mean, shit, now I know where the file is actually, so I'm gonna look this up. Steam games, Steam apps, common. That's a fucking lie. Doki Doki isn't even in this. Alright, you know high school is a really turbulent time in a lot of people's lives. I'm also dropping hella frames right now. People can get really passionate and dramatic, and others have aching hearts and seek attention on social media. But of all the social pressure and hormones can lead to a dark time in people's lives, everyone has a story. You may not know what you may not know what someone is really feeling on the inside. Many people who are depressed won't even bother telling the world about it. They don't want attention because they've already given up on the inside. Their feeling of worthlessness is so overwhelming that they don't even want people to tell them otherwise. Depression comes in many forms, but that is one of them. Just if you think you know someone struggling with depression, you can help just by treating them like they're a good friend. Spend time with them, even if they don't feel like doing much. And remind them that they always have something to look forward to. Making plans in advance, like letting them borrow something, or even just saying, see you at school tomorrow. All those things can help your friend make it to the next day. I hope being friends with Sayori has given you some perspective on the true face of depression. Yeah, she's gone now, but Sayori was never real in the first place. You're real. Your friends are real. And just by being a good person, you could save someone's life. As for you, you don't struggle with depression or anything like that, do you? Because you too have people who would want to save your life. Maybe they don't express it every day, or maybe they don't even know how to. But people do feel that way. I promise. Man, humans are complicated. But as long as you're here with me, I'll take care of you, my love. It was... This is not the gameplay I was expecting. Literally just been having this bitch talk at me for like 10 minutes now. Literally just talking at me. You know, I've always hated how hard it is to make friends. Well, I guess not the making friends part, but more like meeting new people. I mean, there are like dating apps and stuff, right? But that's not the kind of thing I'm talking about. If you think about it, most of the friends you make are people you just met by chance. True? Like, you had a class together, you met them through another friend. I think so. I'm pretty sure I do. But, or maybe they're just wearing a shirt with your favorite band on it, and you see to decide to talk to them. I mean, I can't find the game when I actually go through my files, but if I go through Steam and go to the local files, let's see, characters. Oh, the characters are actually gone. Like, she's the only one. Should I just delete her? Yeah, fuck it. Let's delete her. Oh yeah, I forgot how. This game is pretty neat with how they do that. The files and shit. Tim McGee, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Tim McGee. Bitch, I deleted your ass. I don't give a fuck. Please hurry and help me. She don't exist, bro. Help me. The fuck just happened? You don't exist. You damn right I did it to you. Yes. Yes, sir. How is she still talking? I deleted her. How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Tim McGee. I trusted you. Don't you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I didn't kill everyone, I just killed you. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Tits McGee. You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. Thank you. No, she killed herself. That wasn't my fault. Dot dot dot. I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends, I did so many awful things, so many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I am just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted me to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's autism. Yeah, but I didn't directly do it. Not my fault. I've made up my mind. Tits McGee. I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy. And if I really love you, dot dot dot, then Huga Gabugo Gabaga. Wait. Bro, I had the character file open and there was nothing going on and it said working on it and now Natsuki, Sayori, and Yuri are back. That bitch is gone though. So what, do it? So I just start a new game and the bitches. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Ah, fuck my save. Okay. I need to stop recording. Because this video is 2 hours and 15 minutes long. So that's part 3 right there. I assume the next one will be us finishing this, but I don't really know. This shit's just crazy. So that's the end of that recording. Bye, YouTube.